Hey, it's Huck.
And Dustin.
And this is Your Team Sucks. And what are we going to talk about today here, Dot?
The All-Star Game?
What a farce the All-Star Game was. Now, we watched the game. Dustin and I, we sat here and watched that whole sorry excuse for a game. And, you know, I don't always agree with Van Gundy. He made the statement, and I've got to tell you, I'm kind of in agreement with him. He said abolish the All-Star Game.
I agree.
You know, I mean, I don't know at what point as the All-Star Games, you know, down through the years had reached the point where players just weren't going to play any defense whatsoever. But that's apparently what point we've reached.
But me, if it was me, I would abolish it, or I would make sure if you're going to have that game, there's one thing. It should be for the finals. Teams will play. Just like baseball used to.
Oh, I see. So in other words, the winner,
Gets
Eastern
the
Conference or Western Conference, the winner of that game, then the Eastern Conference or Western Conference team would host the finals.
Home court.
You know, and Major League Baseball was doing that for a few years, and it did. It seemed to make the baseball game not only more competitive. Teams actually tried to win, which goes into, you know, like, well, if you're the coach, who are you going to play? How many minutes are you going to give them? At what point are you going to pull your pitcher?
It's more exciting.
But it also not only made the games more competitive, maybe just as importantly, more of your top players decided to actually take part in the game.
Yeah.
You know, rather than... Now, I'll be honest with you. In the NBA All-Star Game, we've not really had a problem of NBA stars not wanting to participate.
No, they did this year.
You know, I mean, unless there's been a health issue. I've been saying this for years. And particularly, I've always pointed to the Pro Bowl, you know, in the NFL, as a completely senseless, meaningless... There's no reason to have an NFL Pro Bowl game. You know, a third of the players, if not more, simply don't play in it. They come up with any lousy excuse they can. You know, oh, I woke up with a hangnail. I can't play today.
It's too dangerous.
And in that sport, I can understand. It's too dangerous. But in reality, that's why they don't play defense either. All of these players with a quarter of the season left, you know, a little less than a third of the season left, none of them want to risk injury, you know, going into these meaningful games at the tail end of the season, and you can't really blame them. So I've been given some thought as to what they could do in place of having an All-Star game. I mean, clearly they got to still have All-Star teams.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, players have the right to be recognized for the season they're having, and that's another thing. I mean, how meaningful could an NBA All-Star game be when they don't even elect, you know, probably the best player this season, Russell Westbrook, to the All-Star team?
No, he was on. He was just a reserve.
Because he wasn't one of the top five in the Western Conference, which is, I mean, how much of a joke is that?
It's a joke.
Okay. So that leaves us with what should we do in place of having an All-Star game? Got any suggestions? What do we do All-Star weekend? We just not have the event at all? So abolish it altogether?
I'd have a three-point contest.
Three-point contest.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing all weekend. Was the three-point contest. The dunk contest was whack this year. It was horrible. Last year it was great. This year it was terrible. So next year, I would not even invite any NBA players to the dunk contest. I would get the best dunkers in the world to come. You could find them in parks. Find them wherever. You could do that now. Internet, wherever. Three-point contest, that's what I would do. NBA game, I want to have one.
It's clear that when they get together, I mean, what is All-Star Weekend? I mean, aside from the three-point challenge, the three-point contest, the dunk contest, and the skills challenge, they have the game for, what do they call it, the Rising Stars game, or for first and second year players, or whatever that is. And then, other than that, it's basically just a venue to play really bad rap music. I mean, that's it. I don't know where they get these musical guests for this thing. You know what I mean?
John Legend was great.
That was it. But through the whole weekend, they had a whole slew of bad rap.
And there wasn't
And
rap.
then there was John Legend, which I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed John Legend. I
like DJ Khaled.
Well,
He was
okay.
good.
Well, okay. I must have missed that one
The other ones
in the
were,
barrage of bad rap.
The other ones were terrible. I agree.
All right. Well, at any rate, so something's got to be done about the. Clearly, we can't come to an agreement on what should be done. So we're going to ask you, what should we do about the terrible affliction America is suffering with all of these damn All-Star weekends that are completely meaningless, and the players don't want to actually go out there and play? Do we just abolish the whole kit and caboodle and just, announce who the All-Star teams are and leave it at that?
That's what I would do.
All right. Get back with us. Let us know how you feel. And we'll be back on Wednesday with another video. And this time, we're going to talk a little bit about when politics and sports mix. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That White House visit. So, anyway, look for that on Wednesday. I'm Huck.
I'm Dustin.
We'll see you again Wednesday.